Fake crab offers a tasty and budget-friendly substitute for genuine crab meat. However, it's important to separate fact from fiction, as misunderstandings about imitation crab could affect your finances, nutrition, or enjoyment of the dish. True to its label, imitation crab contains no actual crab and only vaguely mimics its flavor. The main component is fish, which is transformed into surimi. Surimi is a refined paste created by mincing white fish, often pollock, then mixing it with starch, salt, sugar, and other additives before shaping, cooking, and coloring it to look like real crab meat.
Do you know if this is imitation crab?
Although imitation crab is generally easy to distinguish from real crab, checking the packaging is your best bet if you're unsure. Most products are clearly labeled, but some use alternative names like crab-flavored seafood, crab sticks, crab with a K, or simply surimi seafood. In Japan, where it originated, it's often called kamaboko. Additionally, while genuine crab usually contains just crab and water, imitation crab often includes a long list of additives. Fillers like starch or egg white, artificial flavors, and preservatives are commonly part of the mix. Nicknamed the hot dog of the sea, crab sticks are crafted from deboned, cleaned, and finely minced fish. In the past, surimi was typically made from bycatch considered too low grade for regular grocery shelves, but modern production methods have shifted away from that practice.
That is the surimi fish paste, so it's a bunch of goo that's shaped like a scallop to fool you.
Nowadays, most imitation crab products are made from minced fish like Alaska pollock, blue whiting, arrowtooth flounder, or Pacific whiting. Among these, Alaska pollock is the star ingredient, accounting for roughly 50 to 70% of all surimi, sometimes with a touch of added fish oil. Alaska pollock, occasionally called walleye pollock, hails from the North Pacific and the eastern Bering Sea. It's a favorite in the US thanks to its mild flavor and nutritional profile. Like many whitefish, it's low in calories, packed with protein, and rich in omega-3s. Plus, it has low mercury levels, making it a safer pick for those mindful of environmental toxins. While imitation crab is now a common sight in American grocery stores, the technique of grinding and salting fish has roots stretching back centuries in Japan.
It's nothing like the industrial sticks sold in Europe. Here, its preparation is an ancestral know-how, handmade by masters.
Surimi didn't reach its modern form until the 1960s, when sugar was added to preserve it, dramatically boosting its shelf life. The version of imitation crab we recognize today debuted in 1974, when the Sugio company released kanimam, originally sold as flakes. These flakes remain a key component in Japanese kani salad, which pairs the faux crab with ingredients like mango and cucumber. The following year, Osaki Suisan developed imitation crab sticks, which gradually made their way to the US, appearing in grocery stores and restaurants. By the late 80s, Americans were consuming roughly 135 million pounds of faux crab annually.
Who can't tell that real crab isn't fake crab? And
by the way, people should be able to tell real crab from fake crab. You gotta be a moron if you can't tell the difference.
Imitation crab was originally created as a cost-effective substitute for real crab. In the current US market, fresh crab can run over $30 per pound, while a pack of faux crab sticks usually sells for roughly 1/6 of that price. Although imitation crab isn't exactly as nutritious as fresh crab, it still provides some value and isn't entirely empty of nutrients. Keep in mind that nutritional quality varies between brands, since each manufacturer may add different ingredients. The primary beneficial component is the white fish used to make surimi, which typically makes up only 35 to 50% of the finished product, so nutritional profiles can differ. Faux crab does offer some health perks. It's generally low in calories, fat, and cholesterol, while supplying a modest amount of protein and minerals, such as phosphorus and selenium. Sodium is relatively high. A 3-ounce serving contains about 700 milligrams, but that's actually less than the roughly 900 milligrams found in the same amount of real crab. The main drawback comes from the additives used in many imitation crab products, which can include artificial flavors, MSG, gums, and preservatives like sodium benzoate or phosphates. Although nearly all imitation crab contains some type of whitefish, the specific variety and how much is used can differ widely between brands. This results in noticeable differences in flavor and texture. Not all faux crab tastes the same. Lower quality versions may be fine for casseroles or mixed dishes, but if you're snacking on it straight or making sushi, it's worth choosing a higher-end brand. One bite usually makes the distinction clear. For those looking for a premium option, MASH suggests the Japanese Osaki brand, the very company that introduced imitation crab sticks in the 1970s. Found at some U.S. Asian specialty markets, Osaki sticks are crafted from Alaska pollock, southern blue whiting, wheat starch, egg whites, cornstarch, rice wine, crab extract, and MSG. A common myth about imitation crab is that it's raw and must be cooked before eating, a misunderstanding stemming from not knowing how it's made. In truth, the fish and other ingredients are fully cooked during processing. The paste is then shaped, steamed, and pasteurized to eliminate bacteria, making it safe to eat straight from the package. You can heat it if you like, especially for certain recipes, but that's purely a flavor or texture choice, not a safety requirement. Since nearly all imitation crab is pre-cooked, it can save a lot of time in meal prep. That said, there are still important safety considerations. Anyone allergic to fish, eggs, gluten, or crab extract should carefully check ingredient labels. Even at events or restaurants, it's wise to verify that imitation crab hasn't been served without proper labeling, as allergens can be hidden in processed versions. While imitation crab is often praised for its affordability, not all crab alternatives are necessarily cheap. Some premium brands or specialty versions can still come with a higher price tag.
Oh, this is fake crab sticks.
I think it's fake crab.
Is this fake crab sticks?
In Japan, premium imitation crab is gaining popularity as a delicacy, crafted to mimic the taste and texture of real crab. This trend is starting to catch on internationally as well, with one Reddit user sharing a photo of a 12-ounce serving of imitation crab-filled dish priced at $13.98, expressing their surprise at the cost. Is it just me? Or is the price of imitation crab meat getting out of whack? Some manufacturers are taking imitation crab to a more refined level, experimenting with premium offerings. For example, in 2023, Sugio unveiled Kaori Bako Kiwami, a product inspired by the taste of snow crab. This version blends the rich umami of male crabs with the tender texture of female crabs, along with a secret ingredient that gives it the authentic aroma of real crab. Additionally, certain imitation crab products in Japan now include real crab meat, a feature that, according to Keiko Kubo of Jetro, a Japanese trade organization, qualifies them as sushi grade, contributing to their higher price point. Though it might seem like imitation crab could last indefinitely in the fridge, the reality is quite different. Once the vacuum-sealed package is opened, it should be treated like any other seafood. According to the USDA, cooked seafood like imitation crab should be consumed within 3 to 4 days if stored properly in the refrigerator, which should be set to 40 degrees Fahrenheit or below. Once removed from the fridge, imitation crab should be eaten within 2 hours to ensure its safety. Unopened vacuum-sealed packages of imitation crab can be kept in the fridge until the use-by or sell-by date on the package. However, if you're not planning to eat it before that date, you can freeze the product to extend its shelf life for up to 9 months. Once thawed, it should be consumed within 3 days, whether it has been opened or not. To thaw imitation crab, move it from the freezer to the refrigerator at least 24 hours before use, or soak it in cold water for 15 minutes to an hour, depending on the package size. If you're unsure whether the imitation crab is still good, trust your senses. If you notice a strong fishy odor, a slimy texture, or a sour taste, those are clear signs that it's gone bad. If you're choosing imitation crab over real crab with the intention of being more eco-friendly, you might want to reconsider your approach.
It's imitation crab. I prefer it. It's cleaner and healthier, safer for the environment.
The environmental impact of imitation crab isn't as straightforward as it might seem. Historically, around 2 to 3% of the global fish catch has been used to produce surimi, as noted in a 2007 report by the Globe Fish Research Program. While NOAA Fisheries assures that Alaska pollock populations are currently not overfished in the eastern Bering Sea and surrounding Alaskan waters, the sustainability of pollock fishing in other regions is less certain. It's important to remember that fishing for pollock still impacts marine ecosystems and other marine life. The ecological effects of imitation crab production can vary widely depending on the practices of different manufacturers. Some companies prioritize sustainable fishing methods, but others may not be as careful. For example, certain fishing techniques, like trawling, can severely damage underwater habitats and lead to high levels of bycatch, the capture of non-target species, which are often discarded, dead or dying. Because imitation crab is made from fish, it isn't suitable for vegetarians or vegans. But there's more to consider. Many brands also include starch and wheat, making them off-limits for anyone with celiac disease or gluten sensitivity. That said, some companies, like Transocean, make gluten-free imitation crab, and they are certified by the National Foundation for Celiac Awareness as a gluten-free processor. Anyone with food allergies or sensitivities should always check the ingredient label carefully, even if they've used the product before. This ensures they're aware of any potential allergens that could be present. A Reddit user even chimed in saying, "Aldi got me once." For years, their Fremont imitation crab was gluten-free. They changed suppliers during the beginning of the pandemic, when I was ordering grocery pickup and thus not checking labels in store, to one that uses wheat, yet the packaging looked exactly the same. It's worth emphasizing that, beyond gluten, imitation crab can harbor a variety of allergens. While surimi is primarily fish-based, some products may contain small amounts of real crab, which is a concern for anyone with shellfish allergies. Other possible allergens include eggs, milk, and tree nuts. People sensitive to MSG should also check for labels listing monosodium glutamate, or glutamic acid.